The building of the Rosenwald Schools throughout the rural South is a story of a unique collaboration of two men, Booker T. Washington of Tuskegee Institute and Julius Rosenwald of Sears Roebuck. From 1912 until 1932, Rosenwald gave $4.4 million, while through fundraising efforts, the black community provided another $4.7 million in the form of cash, labor, land, and materials. The self-help method that both Washington and Rosenwald espoused imposed a tremendous financial burden on the people who could least afford it. But the grassroots efforts helped organize communities and led to other improvements.
The Rosenwald School in Free Hills is one of 30 Rosenwald schools that are still standing out of 354 that were built in the state of Tennessee. It was built with a collaboration between Julius Rosenwald of Sears Roebuck and Booker T. Washington of Tuskegee Institute. They developed this school system, or these school buildings, for the education of black children in the South and the southwestern states. Up to that time, these children were being educated in ramshackle buildings, some of them with dirt floors. And this was their first step in having a safe, clean school building that was built to certain specifications. The plans were also available to white schools, and some of the school boards did use them in order for them to not get behind the black schools.
In the year 2000, the National Trust placed historic neighborhood schools on the list of the nation's 11 most endangered places.
Free Hills community is an important asset to Clay County, Tennessee. It's important to not only that community, but to the African American heritage. It can be developed as an important site to preserve their history and our history. We need playground, we need a museum, we need a hospitality center. We need to save this building.
The Free Hills Community, a nonprofit organization, has partnered with the New Heritage Research Organization, also a nonprofit group, and they are looking to partner with others, such as the Tourism Board of Clay County, to develop plans for a heritage tourist attraction centered around the Free Hills Rosenwald School.
I'm a working genealogist with a love of knowing about our ancestors and the hard time that they had to really form this country. And when I started into genealogy, it became more than a face and dates of birth and death, but I was trying to see the human face behind these names and their life. And sometimes because we didn't preserve our history, we lost that face. But if we have a building such as a Rosenwald School that we can touch and see and feel, we can see that human face, even though we don't know his name anymore. And that's why I'm involved in, preserving a site like Free Hills Rosenwald School. The strength that probably all of us saw through our grandparents that lived through a depression, that lived through a World War II, that made sacrifices for their country, that made sacrifices for their family so they could have a better opportunity. This is what the Rosenwald School represents to me.
Miss Sandy Norris explained that this is a story that needs to be told and a legacy that needs to be preserved.